Let me take you time to say a pleasant good morning to one and all. How's everyone doing this morning? It's Friday, July the 31st, the end of the month on a Friday. Sounds good, right? All right. Welcome to our listeners. Welcome, viewers, once again. It's To The Point. I'm your host, GT. Let me say good morning to those of you via social media platforms, Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning to you. It's always a pleasure, of course, to be conversing with you as always. I was awaiting my guest who should be on the show with me this morning. Haven't seen them arrived as yet. For various reasons, I don't know why they are not here as yet. If they do pop by in the process of our going through this morning, the process of the program, I certainly will entertain them. But as it stands for now, we'll probably just pop into an open line. And it threw me off from what I was planning on having, the discussion I was planning on having this morning. So I give this opportunity to you listeners and viewers out there. Let's hear from you this morning. It's Friday, the end of the month, as some would say, the 31st of July. 435-2041. Let's hear from you this morning. Your views, your concerns that you would like to bring to the fore. Let's do that this morning. I will certainly allow you this opportunity. I'm not sure if it's going to be a brief one. If the guest do pops in, well, we of course move over to that process of the conversation. We do have our first caller. Caller, you live. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, morning. Morning, GT.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
And the viewers. I'm a bit concerned that tomorrow is the holiday for emancipation and the build-up, except for those announcement of activities that will take place, that we have not had much sort of recapturing of, the conditions and so on that our people were subjected to before that day. Even at this moment, I would like to make a call. We give up a holiday, one of the emancipatory holidays years ago for colonial cricket, and it was not restored. I would suggest that there are some holidays that we could do without, and at least we have bestowed that holiday. I've campaigned for that for a long time. Not that we will be for reveling and so on, but for reflection, for healing and so on. That day was taken by a former leader of this country to facilitate colonial cricket. Now, there's so many things to talk about. I think I will try to stay as relevant as possible. The calypsos. I don't think the people on the radio, because only radio I could talk about, do justice to some of the calypsonians, because there are such wonderful calypsos. And we don't hear it as often. Like, for instance, it took me days and days to hear Patrick George, Muscle Soul. After I first heard it, when Enos McDonald played it.
Well, I think I do play it every morning. Maybe at the particular time I play it, maybe you weren't listening, but I do play it after most time between 10 and midday. I am certain that I do play it.
You play it most of the time?
All the time, sir. One of the favorite songs of mine.
Forgive me, I'm too anxious to hear it.
One of the favorite songs of mine, so I do play it on the regular.
But I love going, nobody loves going. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one he paid tribute to Ibrahim Traoré.
Yes. That's also another favorite of mine, and I know I do play it.
Martin is a very interesting Calypsonian to begin with,
Yes.
And also he does a lot of sacrifice. And I mean, there's only somebody who have it in their bones, in their guts, that will do such things.
I agree.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid. And I think we should embrace people more like that than those superficial people who could come and give you a nice sounding stuff, but no depth. So people like, even Shireen, I would have liked somebody to interview Shireen on how who does the calypsos for her. I know Shireen from a child. She was part of my organization. She even spoke on behalf of Friends of the Earth as a child when she was going to St. Joseph's Convent. But I mean, she is someone that we should really embrace. In fact, I think she endorsed a call. She said that we should bring back the female monarch. We should.
Yeah, I agree.
We should. I mean, because
let me ask you this simply, because I actually was having a conversation with someone in relation to that the other day, in relation to why we don't hear as much calypsos now, because maybe the artists themselves or the calypsonians themselves are to be blamed for one, the late releases of the songs. So you don't get that dominance of it on the radio. There are calypsos that were just released in the last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks ago. You understand? So you don't get that dominance of it. Then you get a dominance of the so-called the groovy ones, maybe not of interest to everyone, and those who are more interested in the calypso. You don't hear them on radio because the unavailability of it. A vast majority of them, if you know, are not really recorded. You understand? You may hear them in the tents or you may hear the live performance. So would you agree that maybe it's the artists themselves to be blamed for the late releases of those songs?
I think it's a combination of all what you have said. Mm-hmm. The thing about it is that I think sometimes you have to go back to really come forward. There's certain things that happen to Calypso, to Carnival, and I bring it back to after invasion. In the first instance, there was a group that hijacked Carnival, and I'm talking about the NNP. Forgive me for saying that NNP. I was on the Carnival Development Committee in '86. Mr. Hugh Dolan was the chairman. And certain things happened where this party, I'm talking about the government now, the party used the proximity to the government to really affect the whole Carnival situation. So they wanted the bar, for instance, the bar. They insisted that they get a bar that used to be downstairs the pavilion. And one of the reasons I think the way they handle things, that's why Mr. Hugh Dolan, who's an excellent organizer, excellent leader, I think he was not favored later on. And maybe when I write my memo, I'll put that. So you have that kind of thing. And then the interference in Calypso over the years. I mean, it's only when this party is in power, the current party, you don't have them. I mean, I'm not trying to blow trumpets for them, but the least involved in lead interference. I mean, all kind of things will happen. So the whole thing, rather than evolve the system that we'd have, for instance, what happened to the Calypso, Grenada Progressive Calypso Association, that was dismantled because of that same thing. So we end up with two associations that equals a none now. So, I mean, one saying that all those things that was supposed to be built upon was destroyed. Bring me in your station one day in your program and let me talk. Let me not monopolize.
Let me ask you one final question. You spoke about emancipation. Why are we not getting that level of participation in emancipation celebrations as we should be?
No, let me answer you. Years ago, I asked one of your radio people, doing the same program that you're doing now, what is the purpose of the holiday we had, the August holiday? And he said, I don't know, that's just August holiday. And he didn't want to know that the holiday was in commemoration of emancipation. And the other thing about it, there's a lot of us who psychologically devote ourselves from connecting to the people who was emancipated in common 1838. Because we think we everything except the descendants of the people who were enslaved. If we make that connection and heal the connection, we probably be more appreciative. We give more things for Corpus Christi and so on, rather than for emancipation. And the other thing, you hear them say now, wear African attire. People consider me mad because I wear African clothes all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure conversing with you. Have a good one. 435-2041. We're moving down to 12 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour this morning here on Classic Radio GBN TV. It's open line segment this morning. As far as now, I still haven't seen my guests arrive, so more or less the entire program may deem to be an open line. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GTO. Is everything?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm calling from Paradise.
Yes.
Yeah, emancipation is tomorrow. This is celebration tomorrow. Emancipation Day for the black people.
Yes.
Israelites. 400 years in bondage. 400 years in slavery. What's man? By the European people, all European people involved in slavery with black people. All of them. Not one, not England alone, and America. France, the whole of Europe involved in black people slavery. Workers hard, boss man, for nothing. Our parents work for nothing. Only food they work for. Well treated, disgraceful. Boss man, if you know the issue of black people, they are going to black people. They don't see what is something, man. No.
But you know, someone else may have a different interpretation of that than you do, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants black people to read and get
someone may not agree with you saying we were worked for nothing. You understand?
We work for nothing,
someone may have a different interpretation of that for than you.
We work for food alone, we work for our kids and the poor, you know.
All right.
Because if we work for parents hard well, we'd achieve it. But we end up still the same way. Because they put hand to mouth. For all years gone by, all know they put hand to mouth. You know how much money I'm going to spend for Israel every year? They will give Israel every year $3.4 billion a year. They're giving Israel that. America. Plus England, France, and more Germany, all give Israel, all that people. $3.4 billion, boss man. They're giving Israel every year, mighty America. And people in America suffering, homeless, spending money on weapons. You know how much money America spending on weapons for the year? $997 billion a year to spend on weapons. America spending the most money on weapons, $997 billion for weapons. Why spend money on weapons? And people hungry on the earth, suffering. They close down all kind of institutions in America where healthcare until they close it down, cut it out. But spend money on weapons to be the mighty superpower in the world and working in another man's country without no reason destroy another man's country, but you don't know about destroy your own. You think America like anybody come and destroy America? America never like nobody come and walk in and blow up America. But why not blow other countries and leave them suffering, leave them bonded, leave them back to Stone Age, you bring them back?
I'm due for a break. I'm close. I'm certainly happy to hear your contribution, but we're due for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we continue much more. Stay with us. All the best. Have a good day. Hey, folks, we're due for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we continue the conversation this morning. Stay with us. To the point. Classic Radio GBN TV. We'll be right back.
Looking to refresh?
First is coming, and Grenville is about to transform with activities in observance of Emancipation Day 2026.
Under the theme, proudly claiming our land, our culture, our identity.
Start your day with flavor from 6 a.m. with breakfast at the Grenville Car Park. Then at 2 p.m., the energy moves to the bus terminal for a massive community exhibition.
Come see, come buy, come support. As the sun sets, the real magic begins at 5:30 p.m. with the Flambeau March from Subi Fisher Facility onward to the Grenville Bus Terminal.
Then at 8 p.m. is the formal ceremony with brief speeches followed by cultural activities from 8:30 p.m. featuring drumming like you've never heard before.
Dance that moves the soul, a live band that keeps the vibe alive, and special performances by local artists and groups you won't forget.
From breakfast to midnight, it's all happening at the Grenville Bus Terminal. Saturday, August 1st. Don't be late. Emancipation Day 2026. Proudly claiming our land, our culture, our identity.
This event is hosted by the National Celebrations Committee in collaboration with SEDU.
Come experience the spirit, strength, and beauty of Carriacou. Join us for the Carriacou Regatta Festival 2026, happening July 31st to August 2nd. Feel the excitement of thrilling boat races across our crystal clear water. Enjoy vibrant onshore activity, music, food, and pure vibe. This is more than a festival. It's resilience, culture, and unforgettable memories, all in one place. So, gather your crew, bring your energy, and come sail into the celebration. Carriacou Regatta Festival 2026, anchored in tradition, sailing to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to tomorrow.
It's me, people, thank God. My big up Spice up the Esplanade, you don't know? Big up GBN.
First thing you don't know, Wednesday coming is competition, the 5th. I will be there. People bring out their crew, bring out their fans, support. You don't know, Tasha, I'm fed up. You send me in a pink house, I'm fed up. You send me in a graveyard, I'm fed up. You send me in a prison, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. All what I do for Tasha, all what I buy for Tasha.
Attention carnival lovers. As we gear up to celebrate Spice Mass, the Cannabis Secretariat has an important reminder for all residents and visitors. Smoking cannabis in public places is illegal. And remember, it's against the law to supply cannabis to anyone under 21. Thanks to recent amendments, you can enjoy personal, medicinal, and therapeutic use in private. But let's keep our celebration safe and responsible. That means no public sales, no public smoking, and please don't engage with anyone under 21. Let's protect our nation and have a fantastic carnival season. The Cannabis Secretariat, guiding responsible cannabis use and awareness in Grenada. Enjoy and stay safe.
Come and get your son.
Welcome back to the listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's To The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV, Friday, July the 31st, 2026. Hey, folks, we still into that open line edition this morning. Most likely we'll continue like that until we get to the top 10 this morning. Your calls are welcome, whether via the WhatsApp or the direct line 4352041. If you haven't, of course, added us as a contact in your WhatsApp as yet, simply add 4352041. You could name it Classic Radio, and certainly you'll be able to go live with me. Hey, folks, you do have another caller. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Doing great, sir. How are you this morning?
Great. I'm doing good, thank God. I don't normally listen to Kaiso, but I love Kaiso. I say this to make a point. There are some that should not be played on the radio, but anyway, that's a different conversation. But I was listening this morning and I heard an artist sang a song. There was always AI in Kaiso, and if you spell it K-I-S-O, I thought that was intelligent and brilliant.
All right.
You know,
right.
that was very, very great. I like that. The whole aspect about Carnival, I have my drawback, because I do not believe nudity is art, right? You can be in tongue talking about our culture, and you are exposing your reproductive organs, etc. That's nonsense. But that's, as I said, another conversation. I would like to make this point as it regards to emancipation. What our ancestors have suffered. They were treated inhumanely, without dignity. They were abused sexually, emotionally, mentally, etc., etc. And here we are as black people. There is always some unnecessary foolishness done by politicians. I do believe the Emancipation Day should not just be the 1st of August. It may fall on a Sunday where you get the next day holiday. This is too significant to us as black people. All right? So I do believe a specific date, as it was the first Monday in August, because Saturday is already a kind of half holiday. You know, we our ancestors, and even we too, are now experiencing the trauma from the slave trade. I would like for people to be honest, and in Grenada, to end the quarrel over petty, insignificant thing, and set aside, instead of the first day, let us say the first Monday or the first Thursday or so in August, because the liberation of our people, our ancestors from the plantation, is too significant to be playing games with. Have a nice day, my brother.
I wish you the same also, sir. Certainly appreciate your contribution this morning a whole lot. 4352041, 4352041. We do have another caller. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT. How are you doing?
Doing great, sir. How are you this morning?
I tried to get into this week, but I didn't get here. You know who's speaking?
I'm trying to... Yes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, they just cool. That caller was just calling. Anything this government do, he always criticize it. He always try to come around it and criticize it. The next one I always think about, the people you don't like carnival, like a man like me, I grew up on the Angel Labs. So I born with carnival on the carnage. I born as a wharf man. So I take back that carnage thing. I born on the wharf. You know, there's a big difference, right? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. You don't like carnival, stay home. Whether they're playing carnival nude or not, it is not your money. You are not financing it. The people put Emancipation Day the right day. You go Jamaica all about, that is when the thing is. Why just because the government put it, move it from the first Monday, you feel you should go back and just and trying to play smart, like you're not criticizing it. Come on, give me a break. GTA doing a very good job, and something I want to see all the introducing on mornings now, going forward, both you and Innocent, even though that all you don't have actual guests, you all are too known. Try to deal with some of the sponsors by giving you a positive and have some call in on morning. The only problem with you with that you dealing with working hours, right? You come on from 9, but early in the morning have with children could call and make some positive contribution to the nation. All but right. You and Innocent with Oita Deutsch. Yes, I'll talk, and I might not agree with certain things, but you all are doing justice to the people of Grenada, how you all conduct yourself.
Appreciate it a whole lot, and certainly we'll give your idea give it some consideration. Thanks a whole lot, man. Have a good one.
Give me a pan music though.
I will try my best. Best. Thank you, man. All the best. 435-2041. 435-2041. The lines are open to you listeners and viewers this morning. We certainly will be here with you until it's at 10 a.m. You have the option of calling. Let's hear from you. Share your views, share your concerns as we go live again with another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. JT, people have the right to freedom of expression with responsibility. Not because somebody says something, that doesn't necessarily mean that they hate the government. Everything you have to bring in politics in it. If something is hurting somebody or something wrong that's going on wrong, you have a right to talk about it. That is not about hate. Anyway, JC, the lady, I just hope the lady had called Most Honorable Claudia Joseph, because she said she didn't speak to her, she didn't know anything about it, and the lady directed her. The secretary did not direct her to Claudette because it's a private matter, and Claudette deals with public matters. So I hope she went to see her at her office, because she usually be on Thursdays, right? And right. Also just
I certainly hope we get some closure for that. Yeah, this is an issue that you have brought it up. This is like the third week I'm hearing you bringing it up. So I think we could give it some closure, let them deal with that in their private capacity until we hear something different.
Right.
All right?
So
we can move on. We can certainly move on from that.
Yeah, just hold on. I just want to advise people. There's a breakfast tomorrow down on the Carnage Plaza for Emancipation. 7 o'clock on the Carnage Plaza, the pedestrian plaza down on the Carnage. So we're inviting people to come down, all right?
All right, all the best.
Right.
Have a good one. Caller via WhatsApp, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Listener via GBN. How you do?
Doing good. How are you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I'm fine, man. I'm fine. August the 1st, Emancipation Day, is the rightful day, and that's the day that it should be celebrated or observed. May the 1st is the rightful day for labor, and that's the day it should be celebrated and observed. August, Monday and Tuesday was for horse racing in the Queen's Park, in Simone, in Telescope, and only one of the first horse races that they had was behind the brewery. That was the first place they had horse racing in Grenada, along with frequented the other track there. So we should be happy and embrace the fact that we are recognizing, even sometimes in a sad ways, the tribulation, the horror, the injustice that was done to our foreparents in the name of, capitalism, to quote Dr. Eric Williams, in the name of capitalism. His book, Capitalism and Slavery, if you get a chance and you read it, it will tell you a lot about that. And I applaud and appreciate, no love of party or no love of government, that the fact the holiday came on the right day, August the 1st. I'm sorry that Only this morning I heard an advertisement with something happening in Grenville. But we should do much more on that day when we were emancipated, although we still have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. That's it, GT. Thank you very much.
Thank you also, sir. Appreciate your contribution. As always, have a good one. Thank you so much. And folks, once again, the lines are open, 445-2041, both the direct line and the WhatsApp. Let's hear you this morning in terms of making a contribution this morning. Feel free to do so on today's edition of To The Point. It's Friday. It's the 31st day of July. And as, of course, we're hearing, tomorrow is Emancipation Day. The celebrations tomorrow in St. Andrew. Hope a lot of folks go on out and participate within the Emancipation Day celebration. Let me say good morning to my next caller via the WhatsApp. Good morning, you're live.
Yes, good morning to you, GT.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Listeners. I am well, thanks. A bit tired because I've been up and down and at the Ladig reunion, that little village where I was born.
All right.
We had a lovely, so the diaspora, people from, abroad came and we had a lovely get. And GT, they're just getting to know who I am.
Oh, really?
They knew about me. Yes, because as I told you, I left Ladig in 1968.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way before my time.
So I didn't actually grow up there, but I was born there.
Okay.
And my first school, primary school years and so. Anyways, I am calling because it is very sad when you think of what the transatlantic slavery has done, right? And I'm saying, I don't believe that people really understand the effect, the real bottom line of this thing. For example, you may have a big, strong man that was enslaved, right? And he started to give Massa a little rudeness, a little answer back. He might slap Massa. They would actually hang his mother for him to see. These people and them, this thing was serious, This thing was far from what Jab wanted to say it was, This thing was bad. So that is why I believe that the discussion will continue because, you see, mixing emancipation with carnival, number one mistake. Right? Because my handbook of 1946 say there are no records. I will copy it and WhatsApp you. There are no records of merriment on that day. These people and them, they see hell. I mean, you can't imagine what they went through. They saw hell. Imagine you made a baby, and by the time the baby gone, they take the baby and they gone, and they tell you the baby dead. I mean, these people saw hell. So the morning, they praise God because remember, on one side of our mouth, we're saying they were spiritual people, right? They knew about the spirits and they prayed and they went to church. Dr. Curtis Jacob also did a nice study on that and he did a paper on that. Nothing to do with the jab. So I believe that people are seeing it more and more because we were brainwashed. We were brainwashed by the colonial people. We were brainwashed into thinking that we are little black people who are less than the white man because the white man was a massa. So as more and more young people get scholarships and they go away and they study and think, and especially when they do anthropology, they are seeing where we're going the wrong way. Because what happened to emancipation when we had carnival in February? A lot of you all, I must say, born just the other day. So what happened with emancipation when carnival itself was in February? A lot of people, probably the young people, do not know that we had carnival in February, right? So saying that people are not showing interest in the emancipation, yes, they have to understand why. Why? They have to sit down and talk to people and understand why. Because while we're doing that in a unconscious way, we also marginalizing race in Grenada. Because I attended a church service on Sunday, and the deacon said, just so, okay, next Sunday everybody come in your ethnic way. But she's not mindful that she might be speaking to some Indians in the congregation. you know, we are all Grenadians. We are not, none of us are outside children. Anyhow, thank you.
Thank you so much also. Thank you. Have a great day. What's left of the day for yourself.
Okay.
All right. We do have another caller. Caller live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello, morning, Gigi.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, Gigi, because of the significance of the Monday, right, in August, because, you know, Caracas use it for regatta and they are Rainbow City. So I figure now the government could rethink putting the Heroes Day, but they put the Heroes Day on the 19th of October. I figure they could put the Heroes Day on the Monday, the first Monday, and use the Emancipation celebration on the Heroes Day and sort of intertwine it and make it something significant.
I understand, but they try to maintain the significance of the particular date. I think that's what it's really about.
Yeah, I don't mind that the Emancipation Day go on the 1st, but take out the holiday from the 19th of October and put it on the first Monday. So then you have these two holidays that it used to have, you know, with two holidays in August.
I understand. So you're talking about the Heroes Day, which is on the 19th.
Yeah, the Heroes Day, and put it on the first Monday in August, which I figure it might be more significant than that day, right? And you go take away the political thing from on the 19th, you know?
All right.
So I figure they could reconsider that and then make a nice package in for that 2-3 days in August.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate your contribution. So appreciate your contribution a whole lot. We do have another caller. WhatsApp, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Titi.
Good morning to you, sir.
Morning. I just want to talk briefly about emancipation.
Let's hear you. Let's hear from you.
Yes. Emancipation is so important to us as Grenadians or Caribbean people. You remember in our young days, there used to be a lot of spirit, people saying spirit all about in a place in the bush, and they used to understand that gone now. You know what caused that? The indiscriminate killing of black people by white people in the slavery time, and them people spirit couldn't rest because the way they brutalize those people and kill them and hang them, sometimes they don't bury them, they don't get a good ceremony. So that spirit and them couldn't rest. Is now as time get modern, you're not seeing that again. The next point I want to make is Jab is the best thing that ever happened to Grenada. Jab music, Jab dance, that shows that we conscious about our black history. And to get away from that kind of mass like sailors, are so happy we don't do sailors mass again, promoting white people. Is Jab is a real thing, and we're unique in that respect. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you a whole lot. We do have another caller. This caller will, of course, we accept this caller before the break. Caller, live. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, in a sense, I'm saying, GT, the issue about the dates, I mean, it's very interesting how people like to complicate things. We need to leave emancipation for emancipation and Heroes Day for Heroes Day. There are people always trying to convolute things. Now, let me say this. I didn't have problem that Grenada was celebrating 2 days in August, albeit the first Monday and Tuesday. It was always better if we had it on the first day. My problem up to now, and whether it was there over years, the ruling class in Grenada took those 2 holidays and made those 2 holidays for horse racing and things, which I remember. We needed to correct that when the majority became the ruling people. Don't forget, the majority of us was not rulers here, was the minority, and they decide what happened. Now when the majority became the rulers, we had to change that, but we didn't change because we're still trying to become like Europeans and others. Now, so my thing would be, rather than say about bring that other holiday from October into August, let us bring back that day that was taken away for colonial cricket, and it was promised that was only for 1 year. It was never brought back. Lou Smith would have bear me witness if he was still alive, the late. Now, in terms of there's a point I was making. There's a sillion point I was going to make. I'm forgetting. But we need. Oh yes, the point here, and I'll end here. There was this advertisement about religious people coming and sing and so on. Have they invited the spiritual Baptists or the Shango people who are the closest to our spirituality in Grenada? But we look down on them. They should be at the forefront of anything that we consider spiritual in Grenada. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day yourself. We told folks we drew for a break. Let's take it when we come back. We have much more for you. Stay with us. To the Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. We'll be right back.
You may not always have your ATM card on you, but that shouldn't stop you from accessing your money. With Republic Bank's cardless cash service, you can withdraw cash from any ATM without using your debit card. It's simple to use. Just log into your Republic Bank app, select cardless cash, enter the amount you need and generate the one-time code. At the ATM, enter your code, confirm your details and you're done. No card needed. It's useful when you left your wallet behind and when you need to send cash to someone else securely. With cardless cash, you stay in control and in touch with your money wherever you are. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every fete advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
The biggest show in Carnival is back again. This is Free-Day. Free-Day. Wednesday, August 5th, the Grenada National Stadium will shake. Remember, you must wear black on stage. Nadia Batts and Burbank. Full blown. Freetown Collection. Michael Tasia. Problem Child. Money. Little Carrie. Tara the Governor. Westway. Brad Lion. Lava Man. Jab King. Boise. Dash. Sakina and the Bat. General PVC. And a special surprise guest. Gates open at 10 p.m. This is Free-Day, the biggest show in Grenada's Carnival.
GBN presents Spice Up the Esplanade Mall Courtyard Soca Mona. Free, exciting Wednesdays of electrifying soca action. It kicks off with the quarterfinal Wednesday, July the 22nd from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The semifinals Wednesday, July the 29th from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The grand finals on Wednesday, August the 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. where champions are born and legends rise. Powered by Flow, Huggins, Answer Coatings, Glen Natural Spring Water, Grenada Distillers, Tropical Catering Services, Ride Go, Sandals Grenada, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, National Lotteries Authority, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and SP's International Trading. With support from Spice Mass Corporation, Grenada Film Company, and Jambalassi Grenada. 3 Wednesdays, 1 stage, 1 vibes. Don't miss GBN Spice Up the Esplanade Mall Courtyard Soca Mona.
welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, once again. And we're tapping into the final segment of today's edition of To The Point. Moving up just around 17 minutes before the top 10. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
I'd like to do something, or to attempt to do something, Mr. Telesford, which I have difficulty in doing because I don't search for words. I want to try to speak slowly this morning. I beg your indulgences.
Go right ahead, sir. Go right ahead. I'm all
Following up the previous discussion on our quote-unquote Spice Mass Festival and its relation to quote-unquote emancipation, because there seems to be, in my view, a misinterpretation of them both. I see and I know, as I was taught in West Indian history, which I had a very good mark back then, that emancipation is a sacrosanct date. The 1st of August, 1834, something occurred in this country and other Caribbean English-speaking countries, which was a starter for what was supposed to be the freedom of the enslaved people that were brought to our countries. In 1980, there was no carnival, and in 1981, it was returned. But when it returned for economic reasons, it's written there, in the absence of a library, I suppose many people cannot find it, have no access to it. They returned the carnival in August for the given facts and reason back then that people were leaving our country, our own country, to go to Trinidad for carnival, where it was begun, but at the same date. Our people from other countries used to go to Trinidad also. So in a bid to bring some more economic benefits to our people, they put it in August. A week or 2 weeks after, I think it was a week after the so-called August holiday, which I did hear a speaker before mentioned, as was whose date the first of was sequestered by the white man himself to hold his horse race in 3 days of horse racing, because he used to go on to the Tuesday. They eliminated the date, the first, and they provided a condition for us, our own people, to go and see their horse racing, their hobbies. When it was returned, it did not bring any interconnection. It beats me to understand how today in this here country, our people, I heard one of the senior officers in culture in this country, Mr. Telesford, say to the Grenadian people that the slaves waited with, her own was a woman, with bated breast, pardon, to go and jump, jab after emancipation. For Christ's sake, brothers and sisters, what is that? Where is that written? In which book? This idiot does not even know that it was 1981 that the date was changed to August, and they interrelated them. Jab has nothing to do with emancipation. Jab is an insult to intelligence and integrity and decency of our ancestors. It is written, Grenadians understand it. Can't say who said it, but somewhere it is written that he who nations, which disrespect the ancestry is doomed to walk the plank. For if you don't know what walking the plank or is means, it is a form of, during the days of piracy and the colonial activities in this over the seas, where a plank will be stretched out and an infractor will be made to walk with his hands banded and so on, you jump overboard to your death. Do not continue, brothers and sisters, to insult the memories of your ancestry by conflating jabism, because that is Satanism. Jab is written D-J-A-B, brothers and sisters, not J-A-B. Jab is the French form of writing devil in Spanish, Diablo, D-I-A-B-L-O. Listen to that, that is D-J. It's devil. It has nothing to do with our people, nor our ancestry. Stop insulting your ancestry, for Christ's sakes. You're summoning the demons on the future of this country. I'll never speak about it again, Mr. Seth, but I'll be gone very soon, but it has to resonate, my word. Stop it, I urge you. Look for something creative. The creatives, look for something to promote pageantry, decency, beauty. The environment is there. I'm losing words now, Mr. Telesford. Stop it, all you Grenadians. Leave this jab thing where it is. Leave it where it is satanic. Indirectly, you're summoning the demons. Look at the behavior of the things. Look at what people do when they start to jump this thing, painting themselves with products nocive to harm, let's use a simpler word, to their own bodies. I would ask the Ministry of Culture to form a jab ban and take it to Ghana and Nigeria when they're visiting. That's what you have to do to show representation of Grenada to the industries. What an insult to the black peoples of this world. We should be ashamed of our doggone selves. I can go on, Mr. Telesford, but have a nice day for what it's worth. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. For yourself also. Have a good day, what's left of it. We do have another caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir. How are you going?
Doing great. Let's hear from you.
Okay, then I support Mr. Rolo on this jab point 110%. I support him on that. However, that's not my point. My point is this. What happens to the St. Andrews Development Organization, better known as SEDU? We are hearing now that Emancipation have their celebration, and in conjunction with what? In conjunction with SEDU. SEDU, as far as I know, and I could tell you, SEDU had a function, a cultural function in Grenada, in our country at a particular point in time where people used to live different parts of the country, foreigners coming from away and come to Grenville area to recognize what SEDU is all about, and it used to bring economic benefit to the people around. What happened to SEDU? Just so the last election, I think they had was around somewhere 2010 or something, and it appears to me that the committee hijacked SEDU. No election is being held again. Nothing is being talked about. SEDU was put into place by a note of cabinet. It was recorded. It was gazetted. They were given holidays. They had to get a stipend. It was something that brings economic development for the people of St. Andrews. The first caller was the first person that called. He made some points, but one of the points to me that was important is that the past administration did do some mess with our cultural thing. And when we were in Grenville, it appears that they wanted to get into SEDU because SEDU leadership at that time probably was not in harmony with some of their principles and things like that. But what we allow SEDU to become. So I'm recommending these things. One, the cultural foundation have failed, and all the cultural foundation is saying emancipation celebration and only in Grenville to beat some drums and to chant and all them kind of things. They have failed miserably in the past. I'm recommending that committees that are registered to run in Grenada, community development should have programs that they learn to chair meeting, they learn to be good secretaries, they learn to be good treasurers. They learn to run communities, not to take over the business. Or civil society should be afforded some cash or something to go around in these committees and teach them how to organize in such a way that democracy prevails. Secondly, teach them how to manage success. The fishermen, the Goa fisher folks and the fisher thing, at one time it come to a complete failure. St. come to a complete failure. St. Mark's is doing well. Every parish should encourage to have some festival that will develop good. Every product that is developed for the tourism industry, when the tourist board is going abroad, they should take 1 or 2 participants of those organizations and go to sell their products to the foreigners to see what different parishes have. And they could make the thing more better for people, rather than everybody doing what they want. A few people go up there and then no organization come up again. The whole island suffer because St. Andrews Development Organization under that festival could have done a lot for the people of St. Andrews. And by extension, a lot of people could have learned from that and pattern their way of a better existence. Thank you very much, Mr. JT.
Thank you also, caller, for your contribution. Appreciate it a whole lot. We do have another caller via the direct line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, GT. Lots of food for thought this morning.
Certainly.
What the gentleman, that previous caller should recognize that Rainbow City was created to cushion the removal or the movement from Pearls Airport to Point Saline in 1984. So that is why they do, to create the void that, the commerce should have moved from the airport to the other side. That's hence the reason why that is in the anti-development organization, and Rainbow City came into effect. Also, the quarter before that one, the goody gentleman, he's always on the ball with information, but I'm afraid that he was incorrect in saying there was no carnival in 1980. I would like to refresh his memory by saying that carnival was held in August for the first time in 1980, and it was held on the third Monday and Tuesday in August of 1980. In 1980, Carnival was held in May in 1980, because they continued from where the Prime Minister had it in 78 in May, and in 1981 they moved to August. So there was a carnival in 1980, but I was held in May. The Calypso Monarch then was Survivor, and the road march then was Wood on the Crapo back by the same gentleman. So I just like to set the record straight. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very interesting conversation this morning. We do have another caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, sir.
I don't think of a specific topic, but I'm going to just bring up that. I notice most of the bloggers that come to Grenada, right? And they normally highlight Grenada. The taxi men in St. George's seem to have a problem with St. Patrick's. And they don't carry them up St. Patrick at all. I don't know if they don't like St. Patrick's, or they don't understand St. Patrick. They don't know the history of St. Patrick's. But somehow they stop in River and Twine, they go to that restaurant, and that's it, back on St. George's. And everything is St. George's. So most of the bloggers don't really feeling the vibes of Grenada, because St. George's is not Grenada. So when you talk about slavery, I don't think people in St. George's feel like people in St. Patrick's is not people. So they have to come up here. We are creating our own slave mentality in this country. Yeah. St. Patrick's are people too. Bring the tourists up here, let they enjoy St. Patrick's. And most of the bloggers that come to Grenada and highlight Grenada, they don't even know if there's a place called St. Patrick's. I don't see nothing they should know about St. Patrick's. All who follow internationally, when they come to Grenada here, they don't bring them in St. Patrick's. So I think we should try to push that first. Instead of talking about back in the days of slavery and all this thing. No. Deal with our people first. Deal with our people first. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a great day yourself. 435-2041. Maybe we can accommodate one more caller before we wrap today's edition of To The Point. And I think we do have that caller coming in. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're live and welcome. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Just a moment, please. With respect to Sedo, there was a time when I don't live in St. Andrew, but I am from St. Andrew. I go there, I go to school there and everything. And I decided that I am going to get into the organization. In the first general meeting, I was asked to be president by some members. I declined because I wanted to know generally what is SEDO really about first. However, I was elected as the deputy president. I worked with them in there. I took over the happy hour. I made a profit which was never made in the past. And I saw what was going on. I took charge of many things, including going around the booths and collecting the sales, the sales money and so forth. And the entrance fee to the market when we have the opening. I suggested that we get all the producing villages in St. Andrew to come to the festival with their products so that we can show off the products of St. Andrew, including I spoke with a gentleman from Munich. He was an outstanding gentleman in Munich. I told him to organize the Munich people who produce the farin as a group to come with the different farin products in Grenville in the festival so that they can display and they can have they can sell on whatever, so that all products in St. Andrew can be displayed and have them advertised and so forth. I was told by that gentleman that he's not in this political thing. It wasn't political. I'm not political up to now. And I even asked the people in Guelph who do the Fish Friday to give us tell us how they do it, so we can have a fish day in Grenville or St. Andrew. I was given the okay. A gentleman came from St. Lucia, where the Fish Friday was created, came to Grenada and told us everything, how it should be organized. We went out, I and some other members went out. We look at different areas, including Mackay, Pulse, and even Grenville Car Park, to organize our fish day. I didn't like what was going on. I saw certain thing happened, and I didn't like what was going on. I find there wasn't enough transparency, so I refused to go to meeting. The program we wrote.
Well, I don't want to let you lose your trail of thought, but we have just approximately 1 more minute left on the program, yeah? So we may have to wrap.
Yes, that's enough for me. I gave one person, a founding member of SEDO, the plan for the fish day. He told me he's going to give it to a lady who was another founding member and a prominent person also in Grenville. He's going to give it to her. And up to now, nothing as that has happened. But I will still love to see the day that all the villages take part in that festival, bringing their products to exhibit and to sell at this thing. One of the other thing is that what they were doing mainly is that they were having it as a street festival, jumping up and so forth. And I say, no, we cannot have it like that. Let us have it as I propose. Let us show off our products in thing. And the street jump up was slowed down, and the booths were operating, but it was not operating as I thought it should be. So I still feel we have the chance to increase and to improve on that industry. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, and certainly appreciate your contribution there, laying out that total plan of the organization there. Thank you so much. Folks, that's what we're going to have to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank everyone who contributed towards today's edition of To The Point, and join me again next week for another. Until we say, of course, all the best for the rest of the day. Have a good one, folks. That's why I say goodbye for today.